In this video, I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about the difference between protein powders. My name is Lisa. I'm a professional running coach and also ultra trail runner. So for me, it is very important to recover well after a workout. And because I have such a high workout load, I often go for a protein powder. But then, because it took me a really long time to find out which one is good for runners, which doesn't involve too much crap, etc. So I decided to just make a video, share my knowledge, and yeah, hopefully help you as well. Because we runners, we do not want to be bodybuilders, but we also want to be able to do our next workout, recover well, build strength, etc. So having a proper post-workout fuel is very important for us. So one thing we're going to start using to actually see if the protein powders are good is we're going to look at the ingredient list. So the less ingredients a protein powder has, the better. And also, if there's one ingredient that we cannot pronounce, it's a no-go. Okay, so let's get started. The first one we're going to talk about is the Whey protein concentrate. It's a very good protein powder because it's easy digestible, packed with amino acids, affordable, but you need to be able to digest dairy. So overall, good one to start with, but just look out for the additives that most likely come with flavored versions of this one. Then up next is the Whey isolated protein. This one is higher in protein and most of the time also is less in dairy. So you get more protein per scoop, fewer extras, and thus a faster digestion, which will result in a faster recovery. This is a very good option if you're not vegan and for sensitive stomachs. However, sometimes they might be a little bit more pricey. But for example, if I'm looking at this ingredient list, this one is my personal favorite. It has only 5 ingredients and I'm going to use this as well in the recipe that I will show you at the end of this video. The clear whey protein I don't have at home because I already have more than enough at home, but this one is the newest kind of protein powder that there is to find on the market. The clear whey mixes are more like a juice, not really a shake. So it's still very fast absorbing, but a little bit lighter on the stomach. So for example, it is great for summer runs. It's very quickly absorbed, but really be careful on the additives that I put into it because of the flavoring that comes with it. Because most of the time it has artificial colors and a lot of sweeteners. And at the end of the day, we also do not want this because this will spike our insulin levels, which will leave us even more hungry afterwards. Then up next, casein protein. Casein is a slow one, so therefore it is also one that is very good to take before you go to bed. The release of the protein in it will be quite slow, and therefore if you're going to take this one before bed, the protein release will happen throughout your sleep. This one therefore is better for overnight muscle repair, so right afterwards you might want to do something faster. However, if you had like a really long and tough workout day, this might be a good option for you. Then moreover to collagen protein. So collagen is not going to build the big muscles, but it's going to help a lot with your tendons and ligaments. This for runners is very important because those body parts are absorbing a lot of force and impact when we're running. So especially for injury prone runners or runners that are suffering an injury, this actually might be the best option. The only disadvantage that this protein has is that it is lacking amino acids. And at the end of the day, amino acids are building blocks for the body. However, tendons and ligaments, great recovery. So that was it for the Whey protein powders. Let's go to the vegan blends. So this blend contains rice, pea, hemp, and soy to give you a full amino acid profile. They're gentle on digestion and dairy-free. However, sometimes there's a little bit thicker, and also it has been proven by science that vegan protein sometimes is not as good absorbed as whey protein. So we actually need a little bit more of it than with, for example, the whey version. Again, with this one, once there are flavors added to it, really look out for the ingredient list, since most of the time with flavors comes also a lot of additives and sweeteners. Then the king or queen of the vegan protein powders might actually be pea protein. Especially this one has 100% pea protein without any artificial sweeteners or flavors added to it. It's also allergen friendly, and to be honest, it mixes better than you would think. The only disadvantage that it might have, this one, is that it doesn't have any flavor. So if you're looking for this nice vanilla or chocolate flavor, this might not be the best option for you. And then also one slight disadvantage is that it is not complete in amino acids. So to put it all a little bit together, post-run are the best options: the whey isolated one, the whey concentrated one, and also the pea protein one. Then if you want to do it before you go to bed, then casein might be your best option. And if you're very prone to injury or you are already in injury, then collagen might be the protein powder to go for. And as I said, I would share with you my favorite protein recipe. So let's go to the kitchen. So for my favorite recipe, we're obviously going to use my favorite protein powder, which is this one. And then actually it is super easy. The only thing you need is this protein powder from B Levels, because the flavor is just and I'm using dark chocolate flavor, and then frozen bananas. Super fluffy.